Hi, year 11s and 12s. Look, this is our last video for the ultrastructure of cells, second week of cellular biology, the SL unit in the IB diploma. For this one, we're not really looking at general knowledge of cells or prokaryotic or eukaryotic cells. What we're doing is there's one understanding in the need to know documents, which you can find on the PowerPoint on Teams. Which says that you must be able to talk about two specific organelles and how their structure helps their function. So we're going to look at two different here. We're going to look at Palisade mesophyll cells inside plants, and we're going to look at the exocrine gland cells of the pancreas inside animals. So moving on, straight on to that, we'll start with the exocrine gland cells of the pancreas. Basically, gland cells, their job is to secrete substances, releasing them from their plasma membranes. There's two types of gland cells in the pancreas, the endocrine and the exocrine cells. Endocrine cells will secrete hormones into the bloodstream, while exocrine cells will secrete digestive enzymes into a duct that carries them to the small intestine where they digest foods. Now, when we're talking about that, enzymes are proteins, so the exocrine cells have organelles needed to synthesize those proteins in large quantities. So, I don't think we have an exocrine, no, we don't actually have an image of an exocrine cell there. But exocrine cells, they've got those large numbers of proteins, so they can produce those enzymes. Whereas, when we're talking about endocrine cells, they're not so much going to have those proteins because they're dealing more in the case of hormones. Moving on to the Palisade mesophyll cells. Now, Palisade mesophyll cells, as I said before, they're found inside leaves, and the function of a leaf on a plant is to perform photosynthesis, thereby producing organic compounds from carbon dioxide and other simple organic compounds. We'll talk about that later on in the topic. But for example, the Palisade mesophyll cells, they carry out photosynthesis in the leaf. So basically, that is their job. Because of that, these are roughly cylindrical shaped cells. They're surrounded by cell walls, and they have a plasma membrane inside it. They also contain cell wall, plasma membrane, chloroplast, mitochondria, vacuoles, and a nucleus. We have to have those chloroplasts because they're the organelles that are responsible for coordinating photosynthesis inside that plant.